Moving on, the management of Akagera National Park continues to impact the lives of the locals that reside around it and also earning revenue for the country. The impact to be seen after the management of the park was handed over to the African Parks Organization led by Prince Harry, who was received by President Paul Kagame on Monday. We have more in this report. The President of the Republic of Rwanda, Paul Kagame, on Monday received Prince Harry, a grandson to Queen Elizabeth II of the United Kingdom of England and son of Prince Charles, who is expected to succeed his mother, Queen Elizabeth, on the throne. Prince Harry is the president of the African Parks, an organization partnering with the Rwandan government to manage two of its national parks, including Nyungwe and Akagera. Since 2010, Akagera National Park has continued to evolve under the management of African Parks in partnership with the government of Rwanda. Ariel Kajeruka, Director of Tourism and Conservation at the Rwanda Development Board, says that the collaboration has increased the attraction of tourists and, in turn, locals near the park have benefited.
The restoration of the biodiversity, of course, of Akagera National Park, which saw the introduction of a new species in this national park, where we have 30 white rhinos which were introduced in November 2021. As you probably have seen, the population has been thriving and increasing in population as well. Since 2005, the revenue sharing scheme, which has dedicated 10% of our total park revenues to community livelihood projects, where we have today contributed close to 8 billion Rwandan francs into projects that promote the socio-economic improvement of the communities.
This was also confirmed by Karama Joseph, who works with Akagera National Park.
Akagera is working with at least over 700 members grouped into more than 12 cooperatives who are benefiting from some big projects like beekeeping. The beekeepers around Akagera National Park managed to make 50 million for last year from 12 tons. 12 tons is 12,000 kilograms of honey that was harvested last year. Fisheries, community fishery projects, this is something that we have emphasized, and we see that it can be scaled, and we expect to be harvesting at least 30 tons of fish every year.
Karama also says that the management of Akagera National Park strives to create more jobs for locals who reside near the park.
400 people find work in Akagera on a monthly basis, and they look after their households. And this will now grow because good management of Akagera has spilled over. The economy around the park is growing. New lodges in and outside the park are coming up, and that should increase capacity building and employment and more benefits like selling food to these lodges and to the park as well.
Akagera National Park, managed by African Parks since 2010, is one of the top tourist parks in the region and in Africa as a whole because of its big 5 animals that attract tourists. In 2017, 18 black rhinos were introduced to the park and 5 more were added in 2019. Lions were also introduced to the park in 2015 and increased after 2 more males were added in 2017. Prince Harry is the president of African Parks, which manages the park since 2010. He is in Rwanda on business as part of overseeing African Parks in Rwanda. After being received by President Paul Kagame on Monday, Prince Harry also visited the Kigali Genocide Memorial, where victims of the genocide are resting.